So, hello everyone. Don't actually know where to start, don't even know what I want to talk about, but it's a bit mad out there. It's almost like Stockholm Syndrome without the sexual abuse. Because, you know this kind of thing that a lot of you have been doing, I'm exempt, so I haven't. But there's people who are wishing to continue with it, and I'm like, oh. Business, right? Corporations, profit, growth, shareholders. Health, it's a business last time I looked. Profit, growth, shareholders. Okay, media, last time I looked, I think that was a business. Profit, growth, shareholders. You know, where do you think platforms like Facebook and YouTube get their revenue from? They get it from advertisers. So when advertisers buy time on your precious statements and pay for most of your programs and the staff that run those programs, you're going to be a little bit subservient to their product. Now, anyone else noticed that you can't grow your own herb or holistic remedy in your garden because it's not registered because of killing people and there's con artists out there? I get it, right? But there are known holistic remedies that work. Now, all it requires is someone to do a scientific study, which they do, and then what they do is they make a copy of such thing that they think, oh, that works, let's just make something else that's slightly different and patent it and call it ours, so then we can make money from it. And then that gets regulated, and then they can sell it. Well, when I get a headache, which isn't very often, it's either stress or dehydration or I'm sick, right? I don't take a paracetamol and think, oh. I think, why have I got a headache? What has caused that headache? Not, oh, let's mask the symptom. You know, I understand why you might want a painkiller if you're lying in the middle of the road with your fucking leg hanging off. It's quite clear your body's telling you your leg's hanging off, and you're not really going to walk on it, are you? That's what it's telling you. Oh, help! Something's in distress. So why are you going to constantly mask something? Oh, I've got a headache, let's just take a tablet and carry on with the day. Why have you got a headache? Deal with the cause. Oh, I haven't drunk enough water. Now, this is what seems to happen a lot. I'm not saying with everything in the industry, but they don't deal with cures. Or they don't deal with the cause. They deal with the symptoms. And then they give you something to mask the symptoms that has symptoms, and then they give you something else for those symptoms. Are we getting it? Right? You know, it's the same with what's going on now. This mass indoctrination of the masses, for whatever reasons, you know, I'm not going to judge people for what they want to do. They do what they want. But it's almost like creating more customers. It might be with good intention, but it's creating more customers, in my opinion, in the long run. There's a certain group of people, in my opinion, that should be taking this because they need to, because there are a handful of people out there that these sort of drugs may actually work for. People with immune deficiencies, because they rely on herd immunity. There's such studies on it. I'd rather rely on herd immunity, thanks. Take the risk. Because I've not got no underlying. And as long as I don't go and give it to someone else, it don't matter. And the thing is these people who have got underlying, and it does scare, you know, you would stay at home, wouldn't you? Until it goes away. Anyway, it's irrelevant. I just don't understand how people can't step back from certain things that are going on right now, where you've got media channels pumping out this, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, buy my stuff, pay my advertisers. We can't say bad things because they paid us part of that money to our fucking institution. Like a certain very rich man who had something to do with computers gave money to the British Brainwashing Corporation, I believe, at some point, just as a gesture, because they weren't making as much money from the licence fees, something along those lines. But that particular person is making huge money right now out of something that's being produced and given to vast quantities of the population. You know, it's all of a sudden that the media never lies, the government never lies, and experts are never wrong. Well, it's not the case. So, anyone out there's actually still got a little bit of, something's not wrong right here. If you've got even just that slight little, start questioning it, you know, step outside and look at bigger things, you know. If you don't believe me, look at the information is out there. It is out there. You know, it's hard sometimes to find that information, but it's out there. Common sense is just not really in place at the moment. It's like, how can people who've had these, I'm not going to say the word, have had the double, right? They can now go anywhere, even though the only thing that's changed for them is they might not die. I might die, but I can't go anywhere without getting questioned all the time, in the sense of travel. But we all both can sort of pass it everywhere and get it ourselves. But I won't. I might die, but they won't. That's the difference. No other difference. But yet they've got freedoms that I haven't. Where is the common sense? Can't anyone? So it's okay for the people who've to spread it around, give it to everyone, but because they won't die. But and they can go everywhere. But I have to stay in because I might die. Okay. See, unfortunately, there's people, right, of high intelligence, and they don't seem to have common sense left. And it seems that a lot of people have not engaged common sense. There needs to be a degree of common sense used here. You know, do what you need to do. I respect whatever anyone needs to do, but I don't think this is a mass depopulation as in such. It's almost like, to me, it feels a little bit like that. Does anyone see, when I watched telly years ago, well, actually years ago probably, I think it's 2010, something like that, Utopia, I think it's Channel 4 or Channel 5. This is what it reminds me of. Utopia, yeah. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Utopia. Reminds me of that a little bit. Yeah. Peace, love and light. Hope the madness isn't too mad where you are. Happy Saturday.